Hello my gorgeous peopleini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are for the water signs of Zodiac, which are Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, and it's in between the 7th and the 13th of March 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card forecast is for the water signs of Zodiac, which are Cancerini, Scorpioni and Piscilini, and it's in between the 7th and the 13th of March 2022. So I'm going to start with my gorgeous Cancerini. You know, you are reaching a very important stage of your life because something was just driving you absolutely up the wall. You know, something was making you feel so negative and so uncertain, and it was bringing so much of anxiety and little things like that over the last 7 months in particular. So now you're going to need to realize that you need to move on from something. You are about to make a really important decision here, and this is really good because you have kind of like also at the same time gathered the necessary experience. And you know, the last 7 months have been playing a big mama role here, like a huge massive role indeed. The last 7 months in particular, you need to see what was going on in your life, you know, so much that you've kind of became so much more wiser. Your eyes opened like so much, and now you need to at the same time kind of like realize that this is going to be like your own blessing, because what you know, it's going to take you places. What you know, it's going to change your life. What you know, it's about to like kind of pave the path, you know, that you are gonna stay on until the rest of your life, you know, but in the best possible way, in terms of like new beginning, new start and inspiration. And then this vibration is going to be absolutely undeniable, because every step of the way throughout this week, by the end of the week, you know, there are lots of ideas that you're actually going to have, and this is going to bring your inspiration up. And once your inspiration is up, then your vibration, personal vibration, is going to increase. So you know, you're also going to gather something so important as well. On another hand, when it comes to your own spirituality, you will know exactly how to protect your vibration and how to protect your energy, but you will also come up with a plan to not ever kind of give your energy away. Don't ever think that somebody else like kind of like have got a better like a way of thinking than you have when it comes to your life. Things needs to come from you. So there is something that you were blaming yourself. Maybe you listened to someone who you shouldn't have, you know, over the last 7 months. So this is all going to come into equation when it comes to this, and in particular when it comes to this week. On another hand, you know, as I said, you know, this is going to start the process of change, and you have gathered something invaluable, so important. You know, it's to do with you being wise, it's to do with your knowledge, you know, and this is brilliant because it's going to reflect on every single aspect of your life, and most importantly, it's going to inspire you. It's going to bring you the new beginning. Something is just going to become, oh my god, a certain part of your life, it's going to become so relevant. It wasn't relevant before. You're going to feel something so strong about it. You're going to see something, you know, which is going to really kind of confirm other things that were playing like on your mind, and that is going to happen in the kind of like at the perfect moment in time, because you're going to start a certain progress here at around the midweek. But this is only the beginning, okay? This is only the beginning. It can only be like with your mind like feeling very strongly, ooh la la, kind of like inspired by something, you know, and you're only going to start this process in your mind, but it's going to reflect on your well-being. It's going to reflect on your own victorious time. It's going to reflect on your own healing, because at that moment in time, you're also going to start a process of healing, and that very process, very much so that very process of healing that you're going to start, it's also kind of like, my god, increase your intuition, and it's going to increase your vibration. And on another hand, you know, it's just basically you are also kind of like, when you're thinking about this aspect of your life, you're going to become aware, you're going to hear about someone's dishonesty, and it's absolutely not going to make sense, that dishonesty, and it's only going to be the part of like a really big picture. And that in itself, it's also kind of going to make you aware of people who you should trust and people who you shouldn't trust. But on another hand, it's all going to be contributing towards you making a very important decision when it comes to your life. On another hand, you know what else I was going to say, the power of the actual understanding things from a completely different angle when it comes to like finding all these dimensions around us, like so relevant, you know, that we are not normally aware of. You know, you are going to become aware of this like on a kind of much higher angle. So you will see that you're going to be kind of dreaming a lot throughout this week. A lot is going to be on your mind. You're going to be wondering quite a lot, but every single thing that is on your mind, it's also like coming from somewhere very deep within. And if you like kind of try to like you will see that you're going to have lots of dreams. And also in the morning, the first time as soon as you open your eyes throughout this week, there are all sorts of inspirations that you are going to have. Follow them, do them, make them like an integral part of your spiritual journey, because this is exactly what you should be doing at this moment in time. And on another hand, you know, if you meditate and if you go like ground yourself into the forest, if you touch the ground, what I was talking about in your monthly readings, for example, you know, there is so much that you're going to get out of it when it comes to your intuition, because there is a certain wisdom that you're going to receive just while you're relaxing. So you don't have to meditate like a complete meditation, but it's enough to go into the forest. You're going to receive lots of wisdom, for example, like, oh my God. And then you can just lie down, just relax, chill out a little bit, relax your body, every single part of your body for a few minutes. And then, you know, you just start opening up yourself spiritually. And then you allow this wonderful vibration to come in, and you're going to become aware of so much. And you're going to be like, oh my God. And some moment in time, like maybe a few years ago, or maybe a couple of years ago, you know, this would like, you would have these inspirations like around you, but now that inspiration just vanished for a while. So now it's important to kind of let that vibrancy to come into your life, and it's just going to play an important role and aspect when it comes to you kind of just like kind of keeping, you know, keep going with your life when you need to go. Just remember, on another hand, that, you know, growth always means leaving something behind. You are going to have a little transformation here, and you will see exactly what I mean. You need to establish and you need to see what do you need to leave behind, and what do you need to kind of like pay attention to at this very moment in time. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Scorpio, Scorpioni. This is in between the 7th and the 13th of March 2022, and you are going to have a very unusual experience this week, very strange experience, very bizarre experience. And that experience is yet again going to be connected to the completely different world, completely different dimension. And this is brilliant, because this is who you are. This is how you are. You are part of the completely different world. You are part of the completely different dimension, the completely different vibration. So you thrive when it comes to things like that. So this is brilliant. So this is going to remind you, like you are aware of that there are other worlds apart from this. You are most certainly aware of all these other different dimensions that we are all consistently part of. Sometimes we are more aware of it, sometimes we are not. It really depends what kind of energy we are in at that moment in time. But what is going to happen to you this week? Very unusual experience. Like it's like a pretty much so to do with like a different world. It's to do with the spirit world. It's to do with a different dimension. And only you are going to be able to understand this. Only you are going to be able to get this. And it around that time, before that experience happens, just pay attention to numbers 777. Pay attention to numbers 1313 as well. So these are the combinations of numbers that are going to be playing up around you and inviting you to notice it. So it's going to be kind of like impossible not to see it. But even if you don't notice these numbers, it doesn't really matter. It's all about the power of that particular energy when it comes to synchronicity at that very moment in time. But this is going to be a sign beforehand, so you will know, my God, like as soon as you see these numbers repeating, wherever you see them repeating, maybe you will see them on a registration plate, maybe you will see them like on TV, maybe you will see them on your time, you know, it doesn't really matter. Maybe you're just going to think of them suddenly, 777, and then you see like, oh my God, who is this? You know what I mean? Like a little spirit, you know, like waving, like, hello darling, you know what I mean? So it's basically, you are going to have a very unusual experience, and I like it because I know how much you're going to like it as well. First of all, it's going to scare you a little bit, but then again, at the same time, you know, you are, through that experience, this is so important for you to go through, because in a very unique and strange way, it's going to inspire you so much. And this is why I love you, my gorgeous Scorpione. This is going to inspire you, because I repeat, only you are going to be able to understand this. So you could have like a John, Jane, and you could have Samantha, and you could have like a Linda, and you could have like a Mark, you could have like a Robert, you know, around you, but that you can all be facing the same thing, but you are going to be the only one who's going to be able to see this. So this is important, and this is going to mean so much to you. But then on another hand, something is going to happen, because it's going to lead, something really good is going to happen, because suddenly your own uniqueness is going to become the part of your sacred awareness, and the part of your sacred awareness is going to almost immediately going to put you on the path that you have to give credit to yourself. You have to give a credit to something so important, because at that moment in time you're going to be pinpointed to the certain part of your life that you need to give a credit to yourself for that. And this is how this life is. We learn, we grow, we create, we are inspired, we move on, we take care of our own energy, and we only pay attention to things that are inspiring us. So this in itself is going to be brilliant, because that is going to bring the necessary balance into your life. So through your own, suddenly you're going to feel connected. After that moment in time, you will feel connected to the certain accomplishment, and this is what the spirit is going to want to tell you, want to let you know, want to make you aware, to pay attention to the certain accomplishment. And you will know which accomplishment this is, because it's something that you love doing, something that you like doing, something that like you feel like you can express yourself in a certain way when you're doing this. You feel yourself when you're doing this, you know. So it's important, and at the same time it's going to increase your vibration, and it's going to bring your focus towards something so specific. It's going to become evident that you need to take on the next stage, you need to take on the next level, and there is going to be the challenging situation. Oh my God, it's not the right time. No baby, no baby, no. There is no time like now. And also at the same time, if we keep on saying it's not the right time, you know, oh my God, because of this and because of that, no baby, no. You have to go through, you have to keep going, you have to move forward with your life. And what you need to do, as I said, your focus is going to increase, it's going to become very sharp. By the time you get to the midweek, you will know exactly, specifically which aspect of your life you need to take on the next level, you know. And then at the same time, what is also going to happen, you're going to come across certain people who are again going to have a completely different opinions to you. And you know, through these different opinions, this is something is just going to happen here towards the end of the week, because you're going to come across of people who have a different opinion to you. And you will know, again, I spoke about this before, because we are coming across this quite a lot now. And you know, these people are going to have such a different opinion to something that you have, and this is going to be brilliant. And I'm smiling, like inside, maybe you can't see, but I'm smiling, because by the end of the week, you're going to realize people with a completely different opinions to you, and they're going to be playing a giant role in your life, because through them you're going to realize how smart you are, how clever you are, how intelligent you are, how wise you are, how advanced you are, how you were doing the right things all along. You know, what you thought was right, what you thought was wrong, and things like that. So these people, when these people make themselves known before the end of the week, at around the end of the week, with something completely different opinion to you, don't get wound up. Don't get like angry. Absolutely no, baby, no. Just rise about that nonsense whatsoever, because after that moment in time, you're going to feel so grateful. You're going to feel delighted. You're going to feel so excited, because you are who you are. Your eyes are open, you know, and that at the same time is just going to make you feel so good. It's almost going to make you feel like you want to celebrate, because it's all coming from you sticking to yourself. It's all coming from you, like living your life in the way that you want to live your life, you know, by the same time focusing, because you were focusing on things that only make sense to you. This is going to be the direct result of this. So people with opposed opinions are actually going to make you aware how clever you are, how smart you are, how intelligent you are, how wise wise you are, how advanced you are. And this in itself, it's also going to start the process of something very, very interesting here indeed. I like it because you will see that, you know, a very negative and dark stage of your life is slowly coming to an end. A very heavy burden that you were like kind of carrying, now you will have a time to chill out and just put it away, because it's literally is coming to an end. And this in itself, my gorgeous Scorpioni, is most certainly going to be your sign. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Pisces. Piscelinis, this is in between the 7th and the 13th of March 2022. My goodness, you know, it's just like a really, really strange situation that is going to take place at the beginning of the week. Really bizarre. You are going to be surprised, because what is actually going to happen, you are going to become aware of something quite important here. Something that is really going to be mind-blowing, something that is going to surprise you, something that is going to be absolutely almost impossible to believe. But first of all, you're going to be shocked, but then at the same time, it's going to give you the chance and the opportunity to see the specific situation in your life through somebody else's eyes. This is brilliant. It's going to be really nice upside down moment, but then again, at the same time, it's going to bring you a really important element of surprise here, because you will like pretty much so almost like through someone else, really through somebody else's eyes. This is how I can explain this. You will kind of like recognize the certain aspect of your life, how special you are, how significant you are, how sacred this is, and how important this is to you. And sometimes with the people who are the right people in our lives, you know, they're playing a really big role when it comes to our spiritual journey. So this is what they do, and this is what we do for them as well. We pinpoint out things to people in our lives that we kind of think that they should be kind of doing, but these people mean to us a lot, and then maybe they're really busy, they're not recognizing this at that very moment in time. So this is when we with our emotions, with our love, we step in and we let them know, and they do the same thing to us. And this is what is going to happen to you. You're almost going to see the certain specific situation through somebody else's eyes, and it's going to provide you with a moment of like, oh my God, you will know what to do. Something that was very difficult and very heavy, it's going to become very kind of easy, and it's going to become very light. And I really like this, because it's also going to not only help you to realize which part of your life you need to make a huge massive readjustment about, but at the same time it's going to start the process of your own personal rebirth, which means that you will really kind of, by the time you get to the midweek, you will want to really move on with your life. You're going to get a bravery, you're going to get a confidence, you're going to get a self-esteem, and all these aspects are needed for you to kind of sail through like there is no tomorrow, because you are by the midweek going to have a really your very difficult, unusual and very bizarre problem. I say bizarre because it just kind of like happened out of like kind of like a very strange situation that just turned into something else, and then turned into something else, and then it turned into something else, and then it grew into something completely different. So by the time, and then that just becomes the whole new problem in itself, and it grows bigger and bigger if we don't give a credit to ourselves, to our thinking, to our thoughts and things like that. So by the time you get to the midweek, there is going to be a very important key that you are going to have. I'm talking about the spiritual key. I'm talking about the new door. I'm talking about the new stage. I'm talking about the new inspiration. I'm talking about the confidence that you're going to feel at the same time that you didn't feel before. And that in itself is going to really kind of like answer questions to you along the way. Should you do this? Should you do that? You just go and but you just follow your own personal vibration. This is important. Follow what's on your mind. Follow what makes sense to you. Okay? And this in itself is going to lead towards like a quite unexpected change here. Oh my God, a bit of an interruption at around the end of the week, you know, an unexpected change is going to take place, and that unexpected change is going to point out which part of your life do you need to stop, do you need to discontinue now. Very big confirmation that is very much so strongly connected to the beginning of the week, and most importantly, it's to do with the planning for the long term. You know, this unexpected change is going to work really brilliant for you, because it's going to redirect you slightly, but also it's going to open your mind, you know. And once your mind is open, you are going to become aware of an important planning. You know, there is a certain plan that you're going to have at the end of the week, certain planning, but you're not going to be too sure like whether I should do this or not, is it the right time? But let me just tell you that the planning that is going to be on your mind at the end of the week, it's going to be superb, very important when it comes to the rest of your life, and also when it comes to planning for the long term. You know, this is going to bring you abundance, you know, from your own choices that you're thinking about, and it's also going to bring you pride in your own success. You know, you have to understand, you know, not to rush with anything, but be patient as you decide what are you gonna do next. Very important, my gorgeous Piscelinis, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.